Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios, it's time for Women in Motion. Brought to you by WBEC-West. Join forces, succeed together. Now, here's your host.
Today on Women in Motion, we have Sheila Cavalier with the Freaky Cookie. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to learn about your business. Tell us about the Freaky Cookie.
All right. So yes, we are Freaky Cookie. We are a corporate gifting marketing cookie company located in Rancho Cucamonga, about 50 miles east of LA. And what we do, we specialize in unique, cool cookies. So we have taken a 90-year family recipe and we have put a spin on it and created these real cool cookie flavors. So we'll have cookies like Fruity Freaky Loop. We have Oreo Boo. We just do a large mass amount of different type of cookies. And we have a rotation where we put them in and we rotate every quarter. We do marketing. Many of our clients will use them for marketing events, employee incentive events, and gifting, of course. So that's pretty much summarizes what we do. Oh, also we have a in-house graphing department where you can have your labels placed on your logos and themes placed on the cookie bags. So, which is a big incentive for, our clients because they like to market their events and their company.
Was the cookie company always geared towards corporate like this, or did it start out as, hey, I make a really good cookie?
Hey, how did you know that? Yeah. Pretty much that's how we started out. We thought we were going to really see that D2C space grow. So we kind of marketed and we had it, everything. Our model was set towards the D2C. But where our facility is located, we're like in an industrial park where our kitchen is in industrial area. So you don't have much foot traffic. It's no need for individuals to come into that area, unless they're conducting business. And what we got to see over time was cookies were stacking up. No one wanted to buy 2 and 3 cookies. They weren't stopping in just to the Freaky Cookie for that. But what we were seeing was a lot of calls coming in from clients or potential customers that were in the area to visit other customers, their clients, and they wanted, cookies to take to their clients, to show their appreciation. So we kept our eyes on the pulse of the market and we're like, hey, what's going on? We were just getting these calls coming in, give us 4 dozen, give us 10 dozen. And we kept seeing that over and over. And we're like, wait a second here. And far as consumer, they're buying 1 or 2 cookies. And some days, no cookies. So we're like, okay, we need to rethink this model. And that's how we were able to kind of pivot and take that look into the corporate space. And of course, do our research and all and build in that area, in that space.
I think
it's been an interesting journey.
Well, I think that's an important lesson for entrepreneurs. I mean, sometimes some entrepreneurs fall so much in love with their product and they kind of go down with the ship if it's not going their way, where you were able to say our product's the same product. And if a company wants to buy 100 of them, let's sell them 100 instead of wait for 100 people to come in and buy 1 cookie each.
Right. Absolutely, Lee. That's true. And that's what we were really focused on. Like I said, it took some time though for us to really understand that, it wasn't geared towards towards the direct to consumer space, but because we knew very little about the corporate space, even though we are in this industrial area and within 20-mile radius, it's nothing but a lot of industrial buildings. And, you got the airport, you got, big Fortune 500 companies. But when we caught on, we started, like I said, connecting, reaching out. And we said, hey, let's reach out. We reached out to some consultants and they were able to help us. And we were able to align with what the demand was going on. And it's been a nice journey, and of course, COVID didn't really help much. But yeah, we were able to build, recover from that and move forward. So
now,
definitely an opportunity here.
Why was it important for you to become part of the WBEC-West community?
Oh my God. You know what? One thing I can say, I come out of a corporate background. I was in corporate for many of years, and not having that entrepreneurial network immediately around me. Like I tell everyone, I could, pick up a phone if I needed a corporate job. That was not an issue. I had plenty of network individuals in that space. However, when it came time for entrepreneurship, I knew really no one to turn to. Of course, you have your chamber, and I thank God for that and those that were in the chamber, but I saw an opportunity bigger and I just didn't know how to touch in. I didn't have anyone to reach out to. And of course, thank God for the internet. You start doing this research and looking for other women businesses, picking up nuggets along the way. And I happened to come across WBENC, national. And I'm like, what is this? And over a period of time, because it was just so much information there and opportunity, and I didn't understand it. It was just like a puzzle with several pieces and trying to figure out how these pieces were interrelated. So I took my time and researched. It took me about a couple of years because I was really trying to understand how this organization could help catapult my business to another level. And seeing the supplier diversity program, I'm like, what the heck? What is this? But as time went on and I reached out to them and they were so helpful and then connected me back to WBEC-West. That was the beauty of it because, here you have national, they're headquartered on the East Coast, but they were able to connect me back to WBEC-West. And oh my God, the team was amazing. So supportive. I would call in, I can't tell you how many times, Maria, the group, and they were always there to answer and inspire me and just, give me information as I needed. So that was my connection. And I saw opportunity. Of course, it took a while, but then as I started connecting and getting to know individuals in the organization, I was like, oh my God, this is opportunity. This is what I was looking for. Now it's like, how do I build it? How do I connect and how do I develop relationships? So this has been, I tell Jamie, Dr. Pamela, Maria, the team, had it not been for WBEC-West, I don't know how I would have grown this company. It would have taken much, much longer because of the connections that we have made and, the help and support from corporate members. It has been amazing for us. So it has definitely catapulted our business into a new level.
Now, one of the benefits of being part of the WBEC-West community is you get access to events like the upcoming 21st Annual Procurement Conference at the Westin Lake Las Vegas Resort and Spa in Henderson, Nevada, this September 17th and 19th. Have you gone to these conferences before?
Yes, I did. Yes, I have. I attended last year's conference and it was amazing. And of course, I'm registered for the upcoming conference and is so excited. Oh my, the conference, because we're in a smaller group setting. My first conference was nationals and, just the large conference and becoming a new member, it was overwhelming, but I really enjoyed it. Having to have this opportunity to be connected in a smaller atmosphere and with business women, the team was amazing. It was like you were just in an environment where you can just learn. You had insights from individuals. You're connecting with corporate members. You're connecting with certified sisters. It was amazing. And just being in conversation and learning so much in this smaller setting was phenomenal. I can't tell you. I get excited when I think about it because I feel a lot of my information, a lot of relationships, the networking aspect of it is really strong at these smaller conferences. It's that small setting, like a classroom. You're going to, be more connected and have more time to just get to know one another and share insights. And that's what we do there. And last year was phenomenal. I just can't believe the connections I made and relationships. That's what it's about. We always hear that. We're building relationships. We're building relationships, but you really don't understand, or let me say it personally, I didn't understand the depth of the relationship until I was at WBEC-West. Because there you've known individuals, you may have seen them at events, you had time to talk, a few minutes or whatever the case may be. But over time, having those 3 days is just like an opportunity that only happens. It seemed like once in a lifetime, but we're really fortunate to have this happen every year. So it's just, to me, I call it my relationship building blocks. It just helps to really build, gain insights, and further grow the company.
Now, any advice for someone, maybe this is their first time going to an event like this? How do you kind of get the most out of the experience and not feel overwhelmed? Like, do you have a strategy or some tips you can share about kind of attacking this? Because I would imagine you do some homework before the thing begins in order to maximize your time there.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I'm doing my homework to see how my business model, my product can align with the different corporate members that are there, the companies that are there, seeing, looking at their background, looking at the services they offer, their departments, who can use cookies, or, where's an opportunity for gifting within the departments, and also, seeing who else is going to be there for us, others, WeBank sisters. So you're looking to see, and you may have already come in contact with others. You know them, and you may have had some advice given from them, or you guys have had relationships in like a couple of the companies I have worked with, and to see how we can further develop our relationship and see how one another's doing. So yeah, I do quite a bit of research before going in and developing the strategy. One thing I say, if this is your first conference, you want to understand what it is what is your goal? Why am I going to this conference? Am I going just to sell my product? Am I going to, see how my product fit in? I always say, for me personally, I'm not there to sell my product. I'm there to build relationships. And I say that in the sense of, I want to get to know individuals and what their gaps are. Just talking with them, what is the gap as far as what they're doing and how they're building their company. So with me personally, I'm looking at relationships, because everyone can use some gifts. Everyone uses gifts, but not everyone wants cookie gifts, or maybe they don't know they want a cookie gift. So my thing is just wanting to understand, or wanting to get to know my fellow WBEs in a deeper relationship per se. And then again, they always have insights they're sharing with me, as I may not have known something that could further benefit my business. So I'm going with an open mind, but I'm also going understanding that this is opportunity to gather information. I always like to think of it as my think tank, my information tank. It's just a wealth of information around me. And how am I going to pull from that information? What is going on in these different companies in the future that maybe we can collaborate together? We can do a partnership, or just the fact of, I didn't even may have known they existed, or, that they were a member. So just to build, I'm one of those that's looking to build relationships, because I feel that is where it happens, and relationships takes time to build, so this is a perfect opportunity to build relationships and get to know one another on a personal level, or business personal level. So that's my advice. Get to know who is there, participate in the events. One thing about me, I love being around people, but some, and on the flip side of that, it's a little intimidating at times. But if I just get in there and start being a part of the activities and having fun, before you know it, you're like, oh my God, I know this person, I know that one. I built, I connected with him. Oh, there's, you just get to know people. So you really want to take advantage of the activities and stay connected throughout the conference. That's the important part. And I think that goes a long way for anyone going, whether we've been there years or this is the first time. Stay connected and just be open to learning and being involved.
Now, one of the events that occur are those matchmaking events. Can you talk about some strategies on how to make the most of those kind of interactions?
Yes, matchmaking. With the matchmaking, I know that the individual there, let me start there. The individual there is going to be taking the information back to the different departments or to the lead director of supplier diversity. So my objective is to give them some insights about my company and how I feel they can connect, how I feel I could be a benefit and fill a gap in that particular company. The key thing to me is having information where I can follow up and understanding that it may take time. It's going to take time. But for that first, if this is my first connection with them, at least I'm dropping nuggets and they get to know who the freaky cookie is, what we offer, and how we can be of service. And then from there, I feel it's my responsibility to follow up in the sense of maybe I'll see them at another event, or maybe they said, they're going to give me, I'll reach out to you in a few weeks. So I'm going to give them a little longer than that. And if I have an email, I'm going to follow up. But I really believe the patience is the virtue of these events and these matchmaking sessions. With the matchmaking, I'm going in wanting to know, with the list of questions that I may have. But then again, because of information they're giving me, my direction may change. So I'm not so much stuck on what is on my sheet and the strategy or what I'm really trying to communicate as much as I am listening. That to me is really important for me to be listening at the information they're providing, because they're the experts of that, or know more about the company than I do. But then, so that is very important to me. Matchmaking is an opportunity, I feel, to build. Maybe this particular time, I may not hear back from them in a while from this event, from this conference, but hey, I may see them at National. I may see them I'm going to see them again maybe next year at WBEC-West or at one of their personal events. So I'm always thinking this is just a start spot to move forward and to continue to connect and to touch base. That's the way I see it.
Are you bringing any of your cookies?
Of course not. That wouldn't make sense. Heck yeah, I am. I hope you're there, Lisa. You can try them. We're actually getting ready for the fall, and I'm bringing some of our fall flavors. So yeah, I got a few things up my sleeve. Yeah, I do. You know what I wanted to say too? I wanted to also give some advice, or just share my insights on the roundtable experience as well. I know you mentioned matchmaking.
Yeah.
Can I?
Sure, absolutely, please.
Okay, with matchmaking, you're going around, and of course, we're talking in these group settings for so many minutes, and we're sharing our company experiences. But what I found was key for me at this matchmaking is that corporate member is listening to your information. They're listening to your challenges. They're listening to your services. They're listening at what you have to offer. And the reason I say that, I had an experience last year with Chase, at the Chase table. And Lisa Stevens, she's one of the directors of WBEC-West. She's on the board. And we were chatting. I was sharing with Lisa my challenges, growing the company and, trying to put together the strategy for timelines and marketing and on and so forth. And she was listening to me, and she says, you know what? I'm in the LA area. I'm in LA area. She says, I'm going to reach out to you. And I have a few options that we can possibly take, but be patient. I'm going to reach out to you, and we're going to determine how to move forward. And sure enough, I heard from Lisa in 2 weeks, and I was amazed because I knew she had so many individuals that, she needed to reach out to. But we have worked from that point. Lisa and I worked together for a full year, and she was able to guide me through different challenges and give me advice. And she's been a jewel for me in this last year. So, I didn't even see that in the, in the meetings, the roundtable meetings, but that happened out of that. And I was so moved by that because I still have a relationship with Lisa, can, follow up with her at any time. And I'm looking forward to seeing her here and attending her workshop, at the WBEC-West conference next month. So, these roundtable meetings, they're just as valuable as the matchmaking. Take advantage of any opportunity that come your way and just be ready to go in and get the best out of it.
Yeah, and that's another great example of, like you were saying earlier, is just being open and not making selling the thing you're trying to do, and making just relationships and meeting people and learning. when that's the metric that matters, you're going to have a more productive conference.
Absolutely, Lee. That's the key right there. Because you're open and you're like I said, you're just absorbing. You're like that sponge who's just taking information in. And it is going to be a lot of information. I mean, if this is your first time, be patient. It's going to be, a lot of information. It may feel overwhelming. Go home, sort through it all, take your time and just digest because it is so much value at this conference. And you want to just be in a position where you can receive and build. That's the key. And for me personally, when I got to that point, it's just like the doors start opening in the sense of, opportunities and just even beyond WBEC-West, just looking at my other business relationships that I've already formed with my clients. It's just so much different information that you can pull and take to different parts of your business and can help you grow.
So if somebody wants to learn more about the Freaky Cookie, is there a website or a way to connect with you through that?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, we do have the website. It is thefreakycookie.com. And you can also reach out to me personally at hey, Hey, at thefreakycookie.com. We're gearing up for the holidays. We're going to have some really cool gifting offerings this year. And we're excited and definitely could be a help to fill those gifting needs. I mean, everyone is looking for a great gift. And the Freaky Cookie, we do it right. We're giving you something that you're not going to find out in the marketplace. So yeah, you taste the cookies. I invite anyone on this on the podcast to stop at the table. I'm going to have a pop-up table there, so I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. I'm excited. I'm super excited.
So you're going to be at the event September 17th through 19th at the Westin Lake Las Vegas Resort and Spa in Henderson, Nevada. You'll be there with a table, and they can taste the cookies there, maybe run into you in one of the round tables or one of the events.
Absolutely. I hope all of that happens. Yes, absolutely. Definitely will be there. Looking forward to it. Cannot wait.
Well, Sheila, thank you so much for sharing your story today. You're doing such important work, and we appreciate you.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of the podcast today. It's great. I love sharing the story.
All right. This is Lee Kantor. We'll see you next time on Women in Motion.